Shall we? All right. Good evening, everybody. Ah, feels good to be here, Kaizen. It's been like 2, 3 weeks since we last had a session. It's not even four, right? It's been a while, and I'm happy to be back. And it feels good to be back. I'm seeing faces. I can see Ufoma. I can see plenty of people that they've been break, a lot of break, right? So it's good. It's good to be back, and it feels really nice that we're coming back because we like to read, right? Because we have a common goal and a common movement. So I'm very thankful for that. Um, so the weekend is here now, and our usual ritual every Saturday, 7:30 p.m. We sit down and discuss a chapter from whichever book that we've decided to read during the week. But today, the first session we're having in this year, 2026, we're not just starting with a chapter or diving into the books and all of that. We actually want to take our time to reflect on how far we have come. It's been Kaizen started in 2024, if I'm not mistaken. We've done 2024, the 2025, and we're in 2026, right? And interestingly, this group started with just a handful of people, right? And I looked at the group numbers today. We are about 699, if I'm not mistaken. That's a lot. That's a lot of people that we brought together. And they're here because of the the passion to want to read, the passion to want to flip the pages every day and learn something new, the passion to grow and to be consistent with the reading culture. And I honestly think that we've done a beautiful job together as a community trying to improve the reading culture. And I want everybody to give themselves a kudos, right? Look at us and say, we've done this good this for this far, or how far we've come, right? And that's why today's session is journey so far. We want to take our time to look at how far we've come and where we are going to. Our journey, it's been a beautiful years. And that's why we are not starting with just flipping the pages and reviewing a chapter. We are reviewing our journey so far. And I'm your host, Lukman Eleshin, and my beautiful moderator is Muradeyo. I'll give her the invisible microphone so she can take us through our journey so far, and I can take contributions from the rest of the team and the community as a whole. Thank you very much, and let's have it. Thank you, Mario. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Eleshin. Good evening, everyone, and happy New Year. Welcome to 2026. The last time I spoke to anyone in this group, as in generally, not per person, because I've spoken to some people this year, is 2025. So I'd like to welcome everyone back. And like Eleshin has said, we started in 2024. This year, June, July will be 2 years. And so far, we've gone through 5 books. I wanted to ask people before that what are the 5 books, but we've spent 8 minutes already. So let me just quickly go through the 5 books. Election, please, you can help us share the slide
Yes, I'm
on
working on that.
5 books. All right. So the very first book we read is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, right? And the second one is Attitude is Everything by Jeff Kelly. We read Think and Grow Rich. We read Outlier before the current book we are currently reading, which is Atomic Habits. So I would quickly summarize each of the books. Hell, I'll show my video from next week. Sorry. All right, so let me just quickly summarize each of the books. I'll go to the very first book that we read, which is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And what did he teach us in this book? What was our take home from this book? Basically, this book teaches us the techniques on how to handle people, right?
Sorry, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your
All
screen.
right. Thank
Thank you. It teaches us the techniques of how to handle people. It focuses on how we need to influence others. And one key takeaway for me is if we want people to listen to us, right, we have to be interested in them. We have to take, it's not just we are, when I was reading the book again, right, I found out that we human beings by nature, we are selfish. So we always talk about me, I, right? It illustrated so many things where people were always talking about themselves, not about the other person. And this book actually says that if we actually want people to be interested in us, we have to be interested in them first. So that is one key takeaway for me that I found in the book. He also mentioned that criticism is fertile because it puts us in defensive mode. If someone just start criticizing you, trust me, the first word you will find the excuse for everything. When I was reading it again, I actually it felt a new, it gave me a new perspective to it, right? And it was actually real. It's still something, though I've read the book, but I'm still always on the defense. And I've said 2026, I will make it. I'll make this conscious effort to ensure that we don't criticize people. And there was a saying that it says that it takes character and self-control to be understanding and forgiving. We should not criticize, we should not condemn, and we should not complain. Right? That's what I just summarized. Because what human beings are what emotional beings. We should always remember that when we're dealing with people, we are not dealing with creature of logic. We are dealing with people that have pride, right? We are dealing with people that have emotions, right? So let's let's ensure that we praise people. And when we are praising them, we need to do it genuinely. We need to do it genuinely, right? You have to be genuine in praising people. And trust me, a psychologist, right, said that animals, right, it takes um when you reward an animal for their good behavior, they learn more. And it's same with we human beings. When we reward good behavior, we learn more. But when we criticize, trust me, ah, we might not really like that person. We might not really like that person, but let us ensure that if we want people to like us, right, we need to be genuine. You need to be genuine. Now, I will put all of us together, our spouses. When you will want something from them, especially if men generally likes football. And if your husband, right, likes football, if you want to catch his attention, just support his club. If not, there will be fights, right? So put that same example in your day-to-day activities when you need somebody. What do I need? I need to be genuinely interested in this person. You need to be a good listener. It's a very crucial thing. We need to be a very, very good listener. I'll just so these are just some of the things that we take home. And when we are trying to have communication with people, we have to use, I think, okay, I think this is how we should be. So it will not just be about you alone. So you're also putting yourselves in other people's shoes. I remember he gave illustration of how Abraham Lincoln wanted to write to one of the soldiers during the World War. And he had to think about it. Though I gave this person this instruction, but he didn't deal it. Why? Could it be that if I was in that position, I will also do that? When he died, I guess when they were checking his house or when they saw those letters. So he gave us illustration that for us to make people like us, and that's why Abraham Lincoln is one of the great person. He knows how to study human being. He has already studied human being and he knows how effective it will be. So based on that, we were able to get those. So be genuine in your praises. Genuinely show people that they are good. Frequently show appreciation to others. When you want someone to do something for you, think about what you can make them want how to do it. When you want someone to do something for you, just think of a way that at the end of the day, when you guys finish talking, right, they will be able to do that thing for you. I remember when you thank someone, I guess there was an illustration of a writer. It was like, wow, I really liked how you wrote this. And, it was able to also receive audience. So let's just put all these things together. And at the end of the day, we'll know that we are influencing people and we are also winning friends. Another key thing that I am still trying to work with is knowing people's name. Please, let's be more inclined. Let's ask people for their names. Let's remember their name. People are always happy when you can actually identify them by their own name. So I will move to the second book, which is Attitude is Everything. Attitude is Everything by Jeff Keller. All right, this book is shared into three: what you think, what you speak, and how you act it. What do you think? How do you speak? And how do you act it? If you can dream it, you can do it. This book tells us that when we dream big, we can actually attain whatever we want to attain in life. Our attitude actually shapes our outcome. The book makes us to know that we can shape our attitude to be better, regardless of what we are currently. We might be bad, we might be very negative, and negativity comes from what we consume. If what we hear every day are bad words, obviously, what will come out of our mouth will also be bad words, because the Bible says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh, right? So whatever we feed ourselves is what we will continue to say. So it says that we should surround ourselves with positive people, with good people, people that are always positive. Instead of saying I don't or I can't, why can't we change that can't to I can do it? Instead of saying I can't do this, just say I can do it. Now we have to now think about ourselves. We want to change. We want to model ourselves in a positive way, right? And we know it's not easy. Yes, it's actually not easy. So whenever that negative thought comes, let's just flip it. Take the opposite of the negative word thought that is coming to us. Let's change it. Then take actions to whatever we want, right? He also tells us that we should quit complaining. We should quit what? Complaining, and ensure that we take action. We should confront our fears. I know that most times most of us, I cannot say all of us, but most of us, we don't face our fears. But we know that mountain, we can actually move that mountain. So he talked about faith, right? He talked about faith. Have that faith, have that belief that you can actually move mountain, and we will, right? So remember, your thought shapes your outcome. And I also remember one of the lessons when Moses was moderating. I guess that chapter was about um, your attitude is your window, right? So that particular chapter talks about when there is dust on our windows. If our mind is like that, remember, Your window, you cannot see anything. Everything you are seeing is dirt. So, but once you wash it, it is clean, right? That illustration still sticks to me, right? So let's ensure that our mind is as pure as that window that we wash every day. And let's keep putting positive things into our mind. And we'll know that at the end of the day, our attitude is actually our passport. All right. So this takes me to the third book, which is Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich is not just about wealth, as in not just about money. It's about what kind of success we think we have. What do you think you are? Who do you think you are? How successful do you think you are? You might be an artisan and you're very good in what you have. That's success to you. So what do you define success as? Is what um Napoleon Hill was actually talking about here. Right? So he says that our desire is our starting point, and we need to have that desire. We need to have that desire. The first thing is to have that will to become whatever we need to become. You know, what most people say is failure does not define who you are. Once you fail and you pick yourself up, right, you can actually make it. But failure is when you fail and you still stay there. You do not push yourself up, right? So far, you do not quit and you keep pushing yourself every blessed day, right? You and you believe. Oh, sorry, it was in Think and Grow Rich that I talked about faith. Sorry. Yeah, and you believe it will actually happen to you, right? Also, whatever you feed your mind. Then, for example, I want to be a good writer. There are courses, there are free courses online. Okay, 2026. So you can just start applying specialized knowledge. How can I do this? How can I be the best of whatever I want to be? Right? And let us also be persistent, because our thoughts actually shapes our outcome. Now, this I will move to the third one. I have 8 minutes, sorry. I'll just summarize the fourth one. I'll just summarize everything. Right? This takes us to outlier. Outlier. I guess we started with the definition of outlier in the book, where it talks about exceptional, being out of the ordinary, out of the norm, right? Malcolm Gladwell explains how success is shaped by hidden advantages, cultural background, and opportunities, right? He also made a story about Bill Joy, how opportunities, background actually helped Bill Gates of today, right? They knew he loved computer, and they helped him succeed in it. He also mentioned a very key thing. I talked about the 10,000 rules. Researchers says that this particular number is a magic number for greatness. Once we can keep practicing at least 10,000 or close to that, right, we've gotten to the mastery of whatever we want to be in life. So it talks about the 10,000 rule. Practice, 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 practice. For anybody, athletes, they keep practicing. For you to be exceptional, for you to be the best, you need to keep practicing. And this was one thing that Malcolm Gladwell emphasized about. We might just be opportunity, and I know that most of us have seen examples, even in Nigeria, just by your surname, right? Just by your surname, it opens door for you. That is where opportunity comes. Just by your surname alone. Just go, I am Obasanjo. My surname is Oba. Oh, your father, your father did this, so don't worry, come. And that is it for you, right? I talked about the Rosetta too in the book. because they were receptive, they were unique, they were free from every other disease that people were having, just because they were this kind of people. So Outlier actually explains how success is actually shaped by hidden advantage, cultural background, and opportunities. And this takes me to the final book that we are currently reading, which is Atomic Habits. For Atomic Habits, it gives us the habit loop, which are clue, craving, response, and reward. Atomic Habits actually focuses on system, not about goal. It focuses about the system. It says that 1% every day makes you 37.78% better every year. If we have a particular bad habit and we want to change, we should just do 1% every day. And you will see that we are getting better, better, and better and better. Success is a product of our daily habits, not once in a lifetime transformation. So whatever we do every day, gives us this lifetime transformation. Now, I just want to say that, remember, bad habits repeat themselves again, again, and again. Not because we don't want to change, but because we currently have the wrong system. And like I said, it focuses on the system. So let's just ensure that 1% every day. What do we want to do? Make it small, very simple. I have 21 chapters in this book, and my goal, or what I want to do, I want to be a good reader. I want to be a good listener. I want to be a good writer. Oh yeah, first day, just 6 pages. You read. You can see that it's very simple. Break it down. That is what Atomic Habits taught us about. Tiny changes yield to big results, right? We need to break the bad habits by making them invisible, unattractive, and unsatisfying. And at the end of the day, we'll see that we are a new being. So welcome again, everyone, to 2026. And these are the 5 books that we've read so far. And we are currently on the fourth law, which is make it satisfying. And anyone that has any question, or sorry, wants to add anything, right, while we can go. Election, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that beautiful run through. Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? Just want to make sure that I can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes,
We
we
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you.
All right. Thank you very much for that beautiful run through, my dear. We've done 5 books. That's beautiful. That's something. I mean, I feel like if for some of us, if we were not in this group, probably would not have done 2 books by the end of this year's. So congratulations to everybody. I hope that we make it a more conscious decision to actually read these books, learn from them, and act out the lessons that we get from them in our day-to-day lives, and uh, you know, see how the books and the lessons we learn from this thing reflect in our growth and our careers and all around us and our community at large. If there's anybody that wants to share anything or make any what suggestions, contributions, please, the floor is open. Just raise your hand and I would call you. So yeah. Okay. Okay, so yeah. Uh it's been a beautiful journey so far. My favorite book, if I'm gonna pick a favorite book, ah, which one is my favorite book? I say my favorite book would be Outliers. I liked it. I also like Atomic Habits. And funny enough, since starting Atomic Habits, if I go to LinkedIn, I have a boss. You will just see she and Jeff Keller as if they know themselves before. I mean James Clare, sorry, as if they know themselves before. She's always reposting his LinkedIn post, or having some. You shall be seeing him everywhere in our interactions, and I listened. I was opportunity to watch a session where he did with I forgot the name of this guy, but it was a podcast show with Diary of a CEO. I don't know if anybody watches that podcast. He was invited on that show and he gave it was different because I saw James Clear talking about Atomic Habits like in real time, and it was really interesting. You would see how he itemized all of the lessons in the book, from habit stacking to making it obvious, making it obvious, making it appealing, and all of the whole cues for keeping an habit and maintaining an habit, right? So I think we've come to the end of let me first check if anybody hands up. We've come to the end of today's session, and next week, by the sheer grace of God, so we'll be going back into Atomic Habits. I think by the end of January we should be done with it, and we'll put out a poll again, like we usually do, for the next set of books that we should pick, read, and review for the starting of 2026. Thank you very much, everybody, for always joining. Don't forget to stay active, stay positive, and keep reading. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful night.